Hello everybody, it's Zara from ZMAHOON.com back again with another chapter from the book Ask and It Is Given. Today we are doing process number 3, the creative workshop. I can't even believe how quickly time has gone by, and I'm wondering when this reading of this book is done, what am I going to do at 8 o'clock every night? So I am looking at continuing in some way, shape, or form interacting with everyone out there on a daily basis. Okay, so let's get right into it. This process, Abraham says that this process is most appropriate for us if we are between the set points of 1 and 5, which is optimism. So that means that this process is most appropriate when you're already in the vortex, when you're already high up on the emotional scale. So let's read what Abraham says about it. Abraham says, when you use this process, when you want to focus upon what is most important to you personally, when you want to be in more deliberate control of the primary areas of your life, when you want to improve your state of allowing so that even more wonderful things can flow into your experience, and when you want to practice a positive point of attraction until it becomes a dominant point of attraction. Okay, so let's see what this process is really about. Is more specific than the virtual reality process. And that is why Abraham recommends not doing it when you're lower down on the emotional scale. So Abraham says, like most of the other processes offered here, this one is most effective when you perform the action in writing. Why? Because when you're writing, you stay in that pure positive vibrational place for a longer period of time. That's all. It's about milking it. It's about doing the work and deriving the maximum, squeezing the maximum benefit out of it. Begin this creative workshop with 4 pieces of paper. Folks, this is going to be a lot of fun. And at the top of each sheet, write one of the following headings or categories: my body, my home, my relationships, and my work. Those are the 4 subject areas that Abraham wants us to focus on. Doesn't matter where you are with respect to these 4 subjects, you can always make it better. Now, focus on the first topic, my body, and on your first page write, this is what I desire regarding my body. Now, if you feel negative emotion, so you feel bad when you look at yourself in the mirror, or you feel bad about your state of health, that means that you're in the lower part of the emotional scale. You've got to bring yourself up to a level where at least you feel hopeful. Hopeful. I'm looking forward. I'm not beating up on what has happened in the past. I'm not looking at where I am today. I'm looking towards the future with hope. That's the key. Now focus on the first topic, my body, and on your first page write, this is what I desire regarding my body. Do not work hard on this list. You cannot think of anything, move on to the next category. Write a short list of things that easily come to your mind that you desire right now about your body. For example, I want to return to my ideal body weight. I want to get a great haircut. I want to find some wonderful new clothes. I want to feel strong and fit. Those are lovely things to want. Now I want to say to you, maybe you don't really have a bead on where you are on the emotional scale. Maybe you feel like you want to do this process anyway. I can tell you that even if you don't do it right, it's okay, because you will learn from your own experience. I remember that long ago when I did this process, doing the process did not feel good. It felt like I was efforting, is the word that Abraham uses. So I felt like I was efforting. I didn't really complete the process because it did not feel good enough. And I'm in a completely different place now. And now, as I read it, I'm enjoying it and I'm having fun with it. And I'm being able to do the processes that are meant for the top of the emotional scale. So, what I want to say to you is if I came around and I can now do these processes, don't worry about it. If you're going to give it a try, give it a try. Leave it alone if it doesn't feel good. You can circle back around to it, right? Okay. So, in any case, I think that my biggest takeaway from reading my first reading of the book Ask and It Is Given was the possibilities. Because before I read this book, I did not even know what the possibilities were. I did not realize what were all the things that I could do in order to propel myself forward. And just that realization, if you get nothing else from this whole business of studying this book, but if you take that away, if you start seeing possibilities, then that is a huge step forward. It was for me, and it will be for you as well if you're not quite there yet. Because once you start understanding that where you are is not a place that you have to stay forever, then that in itself is a huge gift. And if you can get that gift, then you're off and running. It's the most amazing thing that you can have, is to know that there's hope, that eventually, even if not today, but eventually you are going to get there. Hope is everything. Hope and knowing that things can get better, that there are ways to do it, that there are possibilities, that is the most important thing. Okay, so on the subject of getting back to the book, on the subject of my body, Abraham has already recommended some wonderful words. And then Abraham says, now focus on each statement of desire that you have written about your body and write the reasons why you want each of those things. For example, I want to return to my ideal body weight. That was the first statement that we made about what we desire. And then you write about why you want it. That is the most important thing, writing about why you want it. So why do I want it? Well, I want it because I feel best when I'm at that weight, right? That's one of the things that you can say. And then other things that you can say are because I'll be able to wear some of my favorite clothes, because it will be fun to shop for a new wardrobe. I want to get a great haircut. That was the second one. Because I want to look good, because a great haircut is much easier to manage, because when my hair is cut well, it takes less time to look good. I want to find some wonderful new clothes. That was the third line. Because new clothes always make me feel good, because I like looking good, because I like people responding to me in a positive way. All of those things, because they always give me a fresh outlook. So see how that goes? See how it works? See how you can easily talk about why you want something. And when you talk about why you want something, that's when you are focused on the positive side of the spectrum. Okay, so then Abraham says, goes on to the next statement. I want to feel strong and fit because I love the feeling of stamina, because I love having the energy to do all of the things I want to do, because it just feels good to feel good. So I want to feel strong and fit because I love the feeling of stamina, because I love having the energy to do all of the things I want to do, because it just feels good to feel good. All good reasons to stay on. This creative workshop process will assist you in focusing upon the areas that are the most immediate and important in your life. when you identify the 4 basic subjects of your life, a focusing of energy takes place. So now you're getting more specific about each one of those subject areas in your life. And you should only ever get specific when you're high up on the emotional scale. But what that does for you is it speeds up the manifestation process. And that's why it's so important. When you think about why you want something, you usually soften your resistance, because now it makes you feel happy to talk about why you want something. Why do I want leather seats in my car, for example? Right? Now that's interesting. It's a happy thought. But when you say, I want a new car because my existing car doesn't work, now you're pulling yourself apart, because part of that statement is positive and the other part of that statement is negative. So then Abraham says, after you finish working on that one category, move on to the next category and the next one and the next one. And they actually have given us examples. So let's look at the examples for the next one, which is your home. I want to find some really great furniture. I want to get more organized. I want sliding shelves in my cupboards where I keep my pans. I want beautiful tile in my bathroom, right? So those things just make you, when you go look for those things, it just makes you feel good. And that's what this is all about. And now write the reasons why you want these things. So about furniture, Abraham says, because it's so much fun to make changes, because I love entertaining and I want my home to feel good, because it will be easier to get organized, because furniture adds so much to a home. All of those are fun, positive, optimistic things. And that's why Abraham recommends that we should do this process at least when we are at the stage of feeling optimistic, because when you're optimistic, you're looking forward, you're hopeful. And then they give us examples about being organized. I want to get more organized because I feel better when things are neat, because I work better in an uncluttered environment, because we all get along better when things are in order, because I can accomplish so much more when my environment is neater. I want sliding shelves in the cupboards where I keep my pans, because it will be much easier to find what I need, because I'll feel like cooking more often, because it will be more convenient to put the pans away when I'm done, because it will make the kitchen feel so much better. Right? All good fun stuff. And that is where Abraham wants us to focus our energy. They want us to focus our energy on things that feel good. Okay, so then we move on to the topic of, I want a beautiful tile in my bathroom. Why do you want it? And Abraham says, because it will make the room more vibrant, because it will add value to my home, because it will be easier to keep clean, because this tile will make me feel good just to look at it. And then Abraham says, write a short list of things that come to your mind easily that you desire right now about your relationship. Choose the relationship that feels most significant to you right now. I want to spend more time together. I want to have more fun together. I want to eat out together more often. I want to relax more and play more often. And then take each one of those lines and break them down into why you want them. So Abraham's example goes, I want to spend more time together because I'm at my very best when we are together, because there's no one I'd rather be with, because we have so many things that are fun to talk about, because I love this person so much. Then you move on to the next one. I want to have more fun together because that's the first thing we loved about each other, because I love laughing, because I love finding even more things to do that are fun, because having fun feels so good. I want to eat out together more often because it reminds me of when we first met, because I love the luxury of someone else cooking for me, because I love relaxing in a nice place and focusing on my partner, because there are so many wonderful things To eat. I want to relax more and play more often because we're both playful by nature, because I love the free feeling of just being together to relax, because our best ideas come under these conditions, because it enhances our relationship. Write a short list of things that come to your mind easily that you desire right now about your work. For example, I want to make more money. I want to feel excited about what I'm doing. I want to enjoy the people I work with. I want to feel stronger sense of purpose. I want to make more money. Why? Because I want to buy a new car. Because I feel proud of what I'm accomplishing. See, these are good examples, and you can just use these if they feel good to you, because I absolutely love them. These are good words. Because there are so many fun places to go and interesting things to do. Because it will feel good to pay off some bills. I want to feel excited about what I'm doing, because work is a big part of my life, and being happy about that is important, because it feels good to be really interested in what I'm doing, because the day moves quickly when I feel invigorated, because it feels good to feel good. I want to enjoy the people I work with, because they're a big part of my life, because we can be of great value to each other, because every interaction has wonderful potential, because I like to uplift others. I want to feel a stronger sense of purpose, because I want to make a difference, because I love getting a hold of an idea and running with it, because I love the feeling of wanting to go to work, because I love the experience of getting a great new idea. I think that I wanted to go over these examples because I think that they are wonderful. I think that the words Abraham has given us are wonderful. And if you pick those 4 areas of your life and you use the words that Abraham has given us in this process, I think they're perfect. And then you can add things, because maybe you don't want new tile in your bathroom. So you can add things that are more pertinent to what you want and how you feel, right? Okay, so then Abraham explains the process in more detail. So what they're saying is, you're like a magnet. You are attracting thoughts, people, events, and things because of the vibration that you're emitting. So everything that we are living is because of the vibration that we are sending out. And that's why the better it gets, the better it gets, or the worse it gets, the worse it gets. People tend to look mostly at what is. And the creative process, the creative process will help you choose what sort of magnet you want to be. See, we can make that decision. We don't have to just accept the default mode. We can change the mode. If we were speaking to you on your first day of physical life experience, we would have said to you, I love these words. And I think these are the words that Abraham repeated in the Secret movie. Welcome, little one, to planet Earth. There is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. You are a magnificent creator, and you are here by your powerful and deliberate desire to be here. You have specifically applied the wondrous law of deliberate creation, and by your ability to do that, you are here. Go forth and attract life experience to help you decide what you want. And once you have decided, give thought only to that. Most of your time will be spent collecting data that will help you decide what is it that you want. For it is through focusing upon what you want that you will attract it. That is the process of creating. And I think that those are absolutely wonderful words to remember. The creative workshop process is one where you can achieve the state of being that is your choosing, so that you consciously access the power of the universe and begin attracting the subject of your desire rather than the subject of what you feel is your just now reality. And that's the thing. It's about talking about what you want to have in the future and finding a way of enjoying that creation that you've created in your imagination. It's a way of enjoying it today in your now reality. Enjoy the future that you've created, that you've imagined into place. Enjoy it now. That's the key. What we are offering here is the process by which you may spend a little bit of time every day intentionally attracting into your experience good health, vitality, prosperity, and positive interactions with others. All the things that make up your vision of what the perfect life experience for you would be. And so it's whatever you want it to be, basically. And then later on in this process, Abraham explains that if you see someone with something that you want in your life, maybe they have a relationship, you would like to have a similar relationship for yourself. Maybe they have money, that kind of lifestyle that you would like to have for yourself. Appreciate those things, because instead of being jealous, appreciate the fact that these other people have these things that you want, because when you appreciate that they have them, that's how you start attracting them into your own life. And really, all the work that we do in the end is to feel happy. And manifesting the things that you want makes you happy. But it's interesting that you first have to get happy in order to manifest them. And then when you do manifest them, you get even happier. And that's why Abraham says the better it gets, the better it gets. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Love you all lots. I will post an edited complete recording of this evening later on. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you tomorrow for process number 2. Bye for now.